All right, welcome to Friday night. We are playing Magic Realm. Uh, it is the Magician, Woods Girl, Pilgrim, and Berserker. We're on three, and you can see the scores here on the quest variant. The Woods Girl, excuse me. I will try not to choke on the way. Or get it up into my. So, great start. So I'm looking over here at the scores. The scores look to be Woods Girl 6, Berserker, Woods Girl 7, for Pilgrim. You go back to week 1, the Woods Girl scored 6 points that week. She was taking it. A bunch of points in cards. She was winning prowess, totally kicking everybody's ass. What has happened, though, is the Berserker has come sort of his own and taken most away from the Woods Girl. You can see that he's winning prowess and gold. He's also winning great treasures. So the tight game, actually coming into week 3, the Pilgrim is a little bit behind. And I think we have to figure out what his plan is, because he started out fairly strong and then sort of fizzled a little bit. The Magician started out the first 8 days doing nothing. Because he was trying to transform himself into something useful. Never worked, by the way. I don't think I'll try this strategy with him again. I think the sorcerer might be able to do it, but the magician is really hard pressed to do the transform strategy, even with the cheat, the nut, which we're using. So I think we're a what we have to do is we have to figure out what everybody's going to do this week 3. The magician is easy. He has 2 quests which are bummers. He has Big Game and Troll Slayer, neither of which he's going to do. So I think his goal is to get to Bad Valley 4, walk the woods as a squirrel, end his day at the chapel hidden, and get his quest done, and then get rid of these, get his curse resolved, and in one fell swoop, and get new quests. I think then he's done. The Woods Girl does not need this purple source. I think she would like to get rid of that and get a new thing as well. Her goal was to get into the ledges to see if the horde was up here, and we're still trying to do that. The pilgrim is going to try to fulfill the secret of the high pass to score a point, and then see where that takes him. And finally, the berserker, he is ready and very much able to. He is ready to burn down the patrol's dwelling with arsonist. And then I think everyone's descending on the ledges, because I think that's where the lost castle is. If the lost castle is there, the berserker needs to get. So that's sort of where we're at. And let's turn the scores off so I don't forget, which I've done, by the way. So you can actually see what the hell's going on. And let's get to magician. So I think the magician's going to end up in Bad Valley. Oops, I think the magician, sorry, is going to end up, he's going to move and move to Bad Valley 4. And then, is he able to cast his, no, he's not able to cast anything. So what he's going to do is he's going to rest and rest. And he's going to do that in the safety of Bad Valley 4. So his goal is to get this chip back in play. And ooh, I have a thought. I have a thought. We're going to move in. We're going to spell X and spell. And the reason is because If you recall, if you watched week 2, he sacrificed a treasure at the altar and got a boon. That boon was an additional chit here. He's going to use it to enchant the valley, getting gray magic, allowing him to cast Nudge and Remedy. So it'll take 2 days to get this, but he will have a little bit good stuff going on. Let's check the Woods Girl. The Woods Girl is trying to move into the Goblins. The Goblins got sort of shucked away from her here. I think. I mean, that Slither 6 is not safe. No, we're pulling big old spiders. Let me put these back here. And he actually learned that type 2, so the type 3 is back on top. So and let me write flame word is the type 2. So what does she want to do? Can she get away? She can flee if indeed Slither appears and she gets serpent. She can back off. Smoke is going to draw the dragon, and again, she can back off. There's a 1/3 chance that this is a bad hex. Can she? Oh no, she can't auto anything. So I think she moves to high pass 6. Move high pass 6. She's just going to book it through and hope for the best. She can run from almost anything that's going to show up. Oh, and one thing we have to do, actually, and this is, excuse my mistake here, but before even we move, let's draw 3 more events for the week because they might change our thinking. So we'll cut the cards, draw 1, 2, and 3. So they are all things. So let's check them real quick because they might change our. We've got banditry. Banditry is the top 3 rows. So we're going to copy the top 3 rows actually here. So we have rogues. Those aren't rogues. We have rogues. All the wrong characters. Where are the okay? The rogues are here. 5, 4, and 3. Five, 4, and 3. These rogues are at a random spot. And we pick with a 1d6. Let's drag these boys to right here, and let's get this d6 going. 2, outside the house. Well, that sucks. So they're going to go, and they're outside the house. So in other words, toward the board. That's where the bandits are. You can beat them to get a VP, return to a dwelling for $10. Intimidation on a meeting roll, you can make them flee. You can bribe them. 10 gold on a meeting roll. If you are friendly with them. So we're going to put that out there and type that up here. So type bandits in the deep woods 2. Okay. There is the circus in town. And again, we roll a d6. 2. Deep woods 1. Jeez, man. Here are the bandits. Circus is in Deep Woods 1 because that's how it rolls. And what the circus wants you to do is you come by, you get a blowgun, and you can knock a tremendous creature out and bring it to the circus. And finally, there is a fairy ring. And I bet you that's in the goddamn Deep Woods too. Yeah. The fairy ring lasts a single week. So the fairy ring is going to last from 15 to 22. It's going to be day 15. So the Deep Woods is literally just pumped full of dudes. The Woods girl is a little bit sad that she left. She wished she would have stayed in there. And I believe I when you draw the wolves. Also drew them week 2. Okay, so does that change anyone's move? That's intriguing. Because you could easily score 2 points, easy, just by heading back to the Deep Wood. Now, having said that, we already know there's not much going on down that way, right? I mean, the vault is empty. These woods tiles hold nothing. So treasures, the vault's emptied pretty much. The treasures are all. If you look at the board, they're either in the caves, which we've not found the Lost City. So both the Lost City and Lost Castle are still in play. And you really only have the pool, the altar. So 5 of the treasure sites are still in play. So going back down there's good for points, and then pretty much bad for everything else. It's intriguing. I think we're gonna stay the course for most of the character. I think we're gonna stay the course for the Berserker has to find the lost castle. I'm pretty sure it's here. So I don't know how he feels about that. So okay, so we got the magician. Magician's doing what he's doing. The woods girl's making a bolt. The pilgrim has to pretty much play like he's played. He's gonna search and search. At the end of day 18, his guy is done, and he has no cash. I mean, that's gonna suck. That totally changes his game. But he's hoping to get the secret of unpassed done. And then the berserker has just turned in all his crap. I'll put the 30 here because that's actually when he. The berserker is going to hide, search, 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 and hopefully mark off arson. Get another. And honestly, he's going to do one more trade at search, search, and just sell his crap. So okay, I think that's day 15 for us. And here we go. Roll a monster roll for 15. 15 is 6, so it's bats. No bats on the board. This is very, very safe for our character. So now it's just who goes first. Berserker is first. First thing the Berserker is going to do, Berserker is going to sell the magic carpet 17 more gold. To the order. There you go. He sold it. He's going to hide. He fails. Oof, that's rough. So now he cannot do his thing, and now he's got to deal with unfriendly natives. So that sucks a little. But he is done because his two searches are going to be meaningless. The pilgrim, two searches. He needs to do a. Oh, that's a fail for sure. Do I think a 3, 2, or 1? It's a 3. He gets it. So he gets Secret of the High Pass. So he gets to mark off. Um, he gets to mark off High Pass. There is now a secret passage between 3 and 4. High passage 3 to 4 found. So now he can go from here to here. I mean, that's good. He doesn't need to, but he's going to mark off Secret of the High Pass. What does he get? That's it. VP. One VP and others, and you find the path. So, I mean, that's not the best treasure or whatever. But he does get that done. He has Enchanter, enchant 3 hexes. That is a rough gig for him. That's not his gig. But he is done for the day. Nothing appears, no bats will appear in those caves. The magician goes 1, 2. Then he's going to spell X and spell. That's going to burn his ritual. Not the magic chip, but it does burn the ritual. And what he does is he's going to enchant the tile. And the reason why that's actually important is now there's gray magic in every clearing. He can now easily cast Remedy right here. So I think tomorrow he rests once, maybe twice. Now he has gray, so be it. But he can rest once or twice. He can also cast Nudge. So I think he's going to get some magic going here. And now the Woods Girl just goes 1, 2. Unhidden, by the way, and so is he. Nothing appears. She just books it through. And we are done with day 15. That was a quick day 15. So let's look up day 16 for our guy. I think for day 16, we are going to rest and rest. That's going to get our 2 magic chits back. We need a purple to cast. We're just going to rest it all because that's going to get us. So, tell you what we're going to do. Actually, what we're going to do is at any time we can burn this and fatigue this chit. We're going to pull back 3 of these and maybe this one, right? We're going to pull back our chits with the 4 rests tomorrow. And that means tonight we can cast Remedy. And then we can cast Nudge. So we can actually cast both of our big spells. And then the next day, we can make it so we can cast Transform. And the reason I'm doing this one last time is just because, to some degree, because we can. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to do that tonight. I do not want to do this. Or do you? We have to end the day to end the curse. Yeah, it's a little bit clunky what we just did. So I think here's what we're going to do. So this is how we're going to play it. We're going to hide, move to the chapel. Now let's do the rest. Let's do the rest today. No casts though. Do all the rest today. Then we'll go to the chapel. Um, get all our stuff back. We'll turn our quests in. Then we'll see what we need to do from a casting perspective. Let's not do a bunch of stuff too early. Okay. The Woods Girl is going to hide and then move to the Lost Scholar. So she's going to hide and move to 4 in the high pass. Not the high pass, the ledges. She's going to hide, move, ledges, 4. So she is done. The Pilgrim. The Pilgrim got Enchanter. I'm not a big fan of Enchanter for the Pilgrim. But we are pretty certain that the Lost Castle is there. That's a big deal. And we are pretty certain the Lost City's there at the caves. I'm pointing at it. And that's a big deal. We got Sudden Insight. We got Spider Slayer. We might be able to get a spider here. F5, how are you? How you doing, man? Good to see you again. I saw you were online. I checked Twitch. Saw you were there. What were you watching? Some guy. that might be. That's the story of Twitch. I was watching some guy. Um, I think we're gonna move for the scholar too. So he's just gonna move in, hoping that his hirelings, his followers, can sort of take anything that hits there. We're looking for a spider because we got to kill one. Oh, Rocket League. That's a clever game. Like I mean, it's old and and not old, but it's that game's been around forever. So, but that's one where I always thought, man, that's a great concept. Um, that it's a little wacky, it's a little off the wall, it's not super complicated. My problem with like doing games, like I've putts with a little bit of game programming or whatever, doing stupid things, roguelikes, but like everything that I do is way overly complicated. To some degree, maybe even such that it's just going to overwhelm my interest and skill level effectively. So so I can appreciate a nice simple concept that's executed. Um, so we got the Berserker. So the Berserker, oh right, he's trying to burn down where the where the patrol is. So he's gonna hide and search again, hoping to. Oh, and he has to run. That is absolutely true. So the patrol's okay with him, strangely enough, as is the order. I think he's unfriendly with the patrol. What does unfriendly mean? On a 3, it's no deal. So he avoided these guys like trying to roll him. This is not a good space for him. He doesn't like the order. He doesn't like the patrol. He's a big honking Viking. So the King's Guard doesn't love seeing him around, and the Holy Knights don't love seeing him around either. Um, there's no real reason for him to stick around here anymore. The main key is that he, like everyone else, he would love to find giants and he would love to find the lost castle. We know the lost castle's here. We know the lost city's here. We just can't. I mean, just getting there is the issue. So, what's the berserker gonna do? The berserker has a lot of money. A not a ton of notoriety, but he has enough. Where does he go? Problem is getting to the lost city is gonna take him. He's gonna have to go all the way. So he's gonna have to go here, here to here into five through these caves and then all the way through. You started playing D&D. You mean like on a so roll 20, or do you mean on a tabletop like honest to god, or are you talking computer game? Like what are you talking about, Bob? Nice. I tell you what, I love tabletop RPGs. Love them. I mean, I've been playing tabletop RPGs since I was 8 years old. I mean, and way back when it was, the not the little three books that started D&D, but like the blue book D&D, which most people don't have no idea the hell I'm talking about, and I love them. I've written a couple tabletop RPGs because I am a nerd at heart, and I love that crap. So good for you. I think D&D is great, still a great game. So hey, what are you playing? What did you make? And I still have to think about what the barbarian's going to do. So let me think about that while you're giving me an answer. He's burning down the house, so that's easy actually. So we're done with day 16. We can roll it up. So let's do that. Well, F5 recounts a wizard. Interesting. Let's see what the monster roll is. It's four giants and trolls. Okay. And what's the play order today? Wizard's great. I mean, it's wizard. I assume you're playing fifth edition. Um, so you at least have some options early on. I mean, way back in the day, if you were a wizard, you had one spell and you had 4 hit points effectively. So good luck. Um, and then at the end of the game, you'd be awesome. Now, there still is that where the wizards sort of tend to take off quadratically. Um, they get more powerful. Like at fifth level, all of a sudden you'll realize, shit. Um, and then once you get every 2 levels where you're getting that new spell level, you're going from third level to fourth level spells or fourth to fifth level, you're like, great. So it's fun. Wizard's fun. Wizard can do a lot of crap. Um, we got a trolls for our thing. I don't know if I drew them or not because I'm talking. So I'll just draw them since I don't remember. I mean, it's just a mistake for all the people that watch us on YouTube to go, this. Why am I watching this guy play this game so poorly? It's funny. I always joke when I watch people play board games online. I get vaguely annoyed when they make obvious mistakes or are making stupid moves. But doing it, I realize I am making obvious mistakes and stupid moves, so I should just chill a little bit. So Berserk is first, and we know he wants to hide, and then he's going to do 3 searches. So his hide is super important. Oops, come on, here we go. Uh oh. We lock these? What's going on here? Did we lock these dice? We must have locked these somehow. And this die is locked again. Come on, 1 die, 2 die. Okay, good. So let's roll. First thing is first. We want no 6s. So the barbarian is hidden. Good. He said, I can't be annoyed because I don't know how the game works. And I'm like, you're the perfect audience, sir. Thank you. So now if he rolls a 4 or a 1, so he is trying to exact petty revenge on the patrol who he is unfriendly with, and a 4 or 1 will cause him to burn down their stuff. So he has 3 shots. He fails twice. Come on, this is the third one, and it's going to succeed. He gets a 1. So he does. So he exacts petty revenge on the patrol. So he scores arsonist. So that's going to give him his second quest point. He also gets to draw from their treasure pile. So he makes off with 1 or 2 treasures. So it's a random draw. Now, what I allow people to do is I also allow them to take armor if they want. So, because I'm like, take, I mean, you get to draw from the whole pile or not. So we're going to let him just roll a die. I want him to just draw either the top treasure or the bottom treasure. He doesn't want their armor. He wants the thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, he draws the second treasure from the patrol's pile. And it is 7 League Boots. This is a great draw. Opens Krypton Vault. He gets an extra move, and it's T5. So the reason that's great for him is twofold. One is it's a tremendous move at time 5. And you notice his only move at time 5 costs him an asterisk, so it's fatiguing, and this isn't. So now he can do a lot more and fatigue a lot less. The second is he gets an extra move phase every day. That's a huge, huge deal. He also gets a point, and he gets to get a new quest. So here's, and he gets Black Source, which sucks for him, so he'll just burn that. In addition, I'm going to have the Woods Girl burn Purple Source because she has a source of gold magic. And so she's also going to get a new card at the end. So I'm going to remember that, I hope. So the Berserk went first, completed Arsonist. He is done and he is hidden. The Magician is resting 4 times. So he's going to rest and rest and rest and rest. You should always have your moves if you can. So he rests 4 times and he is done with the day. The Pilgrim moves twice. I think he's just bolting it into the Scholar. So he gets to move first, which means he takes the Scholar. So I think the Woods Girl could be a tiny bit annoyed at that. But he took a risk to do it because what is in here? Smoke and the Lost Castle. Lost Castle's in 1, I believe. So that means where the goblins are. They are occupying the Lost Castle. Because the Lost Castles appeared, we draw these 5 chits. And each one of them's here. So Flutter 2. Shrine in 4. We are in 4. Slither 3. Howl 5. Hatter 5. Wow. That's not a ton of treasure. There are 5 treasure locations. Now there's 4 left. I think the Lost City has to have all the treasure. We do find the shrine. The monster rolls a 4, so nothing's going to pop up because none of these things are the gray, circle? Or the gray octagon or whatever it is. Let me look. It's the gray hexagon. Well, there you go. So nothing appears. So that risk works out pretty well for our guy. But only one treasure site, the shrine. The shrine has 2 spells, 4 treasures, 2 large, 2 small. The Winged Demon. And type 5 and type 1. So good and evil magic right there. And the pilgrim is done. Now the thing about the thing for the pilgrim that's interesting. Demons and imps cannot attack the pilgrim at all. So he could sit there, loot the shrine, learn a spell, the demon could show up, it would have to ignore him, and he can totally just have his way with that whole space. So that's sort of interesting. Um, that treasure site is an easy win for him, and I had to think about whether or not I wanted. And sit there and try to search it out. So the last person to move is the Woods Girl. She sort of gets screwed. She's gonna hide and go to where the scholar is. And unfortunately, so when you hide, you fail on a 6. She succeeds. She goes here. Nothing appears, and the pilgrim already has the scholar in tow. So she is sort of out in the cold there. Now, if this were, PvP, she would she's hidden, and she could probably pop him pretty easy. But we're not doing it in this game because I'd have to play against myself, and that's sort of goofy. So she is done, which I do and have done, by the way. So she's done. Now she still has the ability to collect this bounty, so she might do it. The Berserker knows where the Lost Castle is. It's here, like we knew. He has a hard time getting to it, so that's thinks a bit. Um, I, ugh. All right, so let's write our next day here. So that's day 16. We have no fights. We're good to go. We need to write the next day. The magician. So the magician's goal is to cast his spell. So he's going to spell X and spell to get his purple magic. That's going to allow him to cast transform if he needs to. So he's going to flip that. I think he's going to hide and then move to the chapel. Well, he doesn't need to go to the chapel. So that's the thing. He doesn't need to go to the chapel. He can cast Remedy all day. In fact, I tell you what I will do. At the end of the day today, he is going to cast Remedy. Because remember, he put Gray Magic in all of the clearings. So he can cast Remedy. That burns away ashes. He has gold now. And he's going to cast again. So he's going to cast Remedy and Nudge. He burns. Oh no, Nudge is a type 7. So, but that, or type 8. And Remedy's type 8. So he can't actually do both of those in the same day. His gray magic is sort of useless in that respect. Interesting. Well, he can cast one or the other. He'll cast Remedy tonight. That gets rid of his curse, and he does not have to move back to chapel. So he'll spell X spell. He'll rest. I mean, he's probably going to rest again. That'll put all his chits back in play. He can cast Remedy, he's already cast. He can cast Nudge with his type 8. He'll have Transform ready. Minus that shit right there. So I tell you what he will do then. He still can't cast it twice. That stinks. Okay. All right. I think I'm overthinking his move. He's done with his curse. Now what is he gonna do? He has not yet visited the chapel, so I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna spell X. He's gonna spell. He's gonna hide. He's gonna move. And in the meantime, in the interim, he will burn purple. That will activate his transform. He will be able to walk the woods, and so then he's going to move to the chapel. He doesn't want to move to the chapel because he needs to. He shouldn't have even burned remedy. Actually, to be quite honest with you. So hold on. Oops. So he does R. So sorry about that. I've played the Witcher games. I'm not going to cast remedy, by the way, because I'm a dumbass. So I have. Let me give you tell you a little bit. So I've played the Witcher games. So far, F9 asked me, F5 asked me, hey, have you played the Witcher games? I played all the Witcher games. I haven't liked any of them. I bounced off all of them very hard, to be honest with you. And I don't know that they're not objectively good games. People like them, and I respect Witcher 3 is, critically acclaimed. Oh, it's one of the best games in the universe. I've played them all. And if you put that or Skyrim, which strangely enough, Skyrim objectively has it's shitty-ish. I mean, I feel that Skyrim, every part of Skyrim is vaguely dull. The crafting is dull, the magic is dull, the um the crafting's dull, the magic's dull, story's okay for in Skyrim. All the different parts of it are sort of dull, but together it's awesome. And then you add mods and it becomes awesomer. The Witcher, I just mostly find that I am dodge rolling through the combats to get to the next part of the story. The story's sort of interesting. Next decision. But I don't love the game, strangely enough. I think part of it is I hate playing someone else's character. Like I hate playing The Witcher. Geralt, you're so awesome and sexy with your white hair and your stoic, clunky demeanor. And the answer is, yeah, I don't play him. I want to play the other guy, or I want to play the sorceress. So that's sort of, you know what I mean? Like that's part of my problem with The Witcher. Like I want to play, and plus, frankly, whereas Skyrim, there's at least 2 or 3 ways to play, even in the base game. You could play big tough fighter, stealthy archer, mage, and then you add mods like Ordinator, and then you can go nuts, right? So that's where sort of I get my replay value off of Skyrim is, well, I'm gonna play stealthy archer with illusion, or I'm gonna do the necromancer who finds the bone altars and puts bones on them to get skeleton guys and all that crap. Like there's just a lot to to a Skyrim replay, especially once you get the modding scene going. And I do apologize anyone that actually is watching me play Magic Realm, since I'm yapping. But that's why I'm here. Friday night, I am playing Magic Realm by myself on Twitch to pretend that I have a social life. So I'm glad that you're here. But let's see what the Woods Girl is going to do by while we're sort of putzing here. So the Woods Girl, um, I think the Woods Girl is going to. I think she's going to hide 3 times to ensure the hiding, and then move into the goblins. Because remember that is the goblin horde, and she might be able to score that, and that's a good fight for her. Because she can run from the goblins and she can use the ambush rolls to ambush them from the dark. You know, Goblin 1 goes to the bathroom, Goblin 2 is whistling at the campfire, and she is just cutting them down with arrows. And they're like, it must have been the wind. So that's a good fight for her. The Pilgrim has. The Pilgrim, does he have. He does not have the ruins found yet. He doesn't. So he wants to get the scholar back to a dwelling. That's how he scores the damn scholar. There are no dwellings sort of on this road, which is sort of funny. He's got a long way to go if he wants to. It doesn't look like it, but it is a long way to go. So yeah, none of those, nothing helps him get here faster. One of the things about the Magic Realm board, which is really fascinating, is these overpasses, right? It makes these loops, and it makes the board bigger than it looks. Because to get to the chapel where he would like to go, he has to go here and then through the borderland and then up this way. You would think he would just go this way, but there's no possible way without some special bit to jump off this bridge and go the correct direction. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5-day trip back to the chapel where he can turn the scholar in, get his point. Is there a quicker? And the thing is, I don't think anything else is quicker. I don't think there's any quick way to go, given his situation. Now, what he could do, he could meander his way down here, flip this tile. The woods are interesting in Magic Realm because the woods act as sort of gates. When they notice that 4 and 2 connect when they are not enchanted, when they are enchanted, 4 and 5 connect. And that's true for all the woods. So the woods form these weird gates. So anyone that can enchant, someone that can enchant would be anyone that has 2 magic chits that they can pair up. So a type 1 chit turns to white magic. And so anyone that has 2 type 1 chits, like the Pilgrim, can have 1 magic and 1 not magic, so to speak. They pair a white ritual, a type 1 ritual with a white magic, and they can flip a chit. Flip a tile. Type 2, if you have a gray and a type 2, gold and a type 3, purple and a type 4, black and a type 5, you can flip one of these tiles. So many of the mages can flip tiles. The magician typically cannot flip tiles because he does not pair any chits. He has 1 of everything, but can't pair any of them except for type 1. He did sacrifice and get a boon, which he copied 1 of his chits. And that gives him the ability to flip some of these, which is one of the reasons why we did that. But the Pilgrim is in this weird position where he either has to spend 5 days just wandering through to get to here, and then that just gives him a point. Or he could like do a thing and flip, say this guy, maybe talk to the guard, maybe solve the fairy ring, maybe try to kill these bandits and score maybe 2 or 3 points, and maybe go back to the guard. Which I don't know what the pilgrim thing. No, he really likes the order. He's unfriendly with the Bashkar and company and the crown. Like he's allied with the order. Everybody else could give a squat about. Oh wow. He has insight so he can automatically locate a thing. I tell you what, I you know what, I know what he's gonna do actually. I tell you what the pilgrim is going to do. The pilgrim is going to. So here you go. This is actually maybe even easier than I thought. On day 17, the pilgrim is going to hide and search 3 times. And he's going to use sudden insight to find the shrine. He has the card. He might as well play the card. He can't be attacked by the demon. He can be attacked by a lot of other shit in this hacks, but he can't be attacked by the demon. So he does that. Maybe it's a treasure or two, and maybe that changes his outlook. So I think I have a move for him. And again, I apologize. I am taking a long time to make these. The Berserker has just got away with arson. He's got an extra move up his sleeve. But he doesn't like the order. It's about time. It's time for him to get out of Dodge, I think. So his choice is either to walk up to the Lost Castle, or actually, I'll tell you what his choice is going to be. Very easy. He's going to turn 2 cards. He's going to turn in the Lost Castle cash, and he's going to turn in the Black Source. He doesn't need either of them. He has locate the statue and bat bounty. Ugh, okay. That is well, that's actually should be in this other deck. So sorry, that got mixed in wrong. So he has take cover. Locate the statue and bounty. Do we already know where the statue is? Have we found the statue already? We have no. Statue's not out. So our goal is very simple. Our goal is to make a beeline, and by beeline I mean a long, long haul. We're going to try to end our game down here in the caves with the Lost City. And so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then hide. So we're 1 hide, and then we're going to end up in Borderland 3. 1 hide, move, move. We're going to do 2 hides because we also have an extra. We have an extra move. And then we get an extra rest. So we're going to end up in Borderland 3. And we got an extra move and an extra rest. We're doing this. So got a lot of stuff going on day 17. We're getting close to the point where the pilgrim loses his guy, which sucks. 1. So we got dragons on the board. That could be dicey for a lot of people. Woods Girl is first. The Woods Girl is going to hide a bunch. And she does. And actually, this is a woods tile, technically, because it's not a woods tile, but it's a woods clearing. It's not a cave, not a mountain, not in the ruins, and not in a valley, pretty much. That's the definition of a ruin, a woods tile, hex. So we have Flutter and Slither and Smoke. Everything's drawing monster. Smoke, Mountain draws the 2 flyers. On her, by the way. Okay, if I could actually, like, grab these things. Okay, so Smoke Mountain draws flyers. Flutter 2 draws nothing because Flutter already drew today. Slither is going to give me this guy in 3. I don't think that changes her plan, by the way. I think she's good. I think she's ready to roll. She is ready to rock on these things. She is hidden. She's ready to roll. She's done. The magician, um, he spell X's and spells. That gives him purple. He burns it immediately. He's going to hide and move into the chapel. So remember that the magician is a squirrel. He's going to hide. He doesn't. And he moves into there. Well, hopefully he'll be able to succeed in not pissing anyone off because he's not hidden. Ideally, he'd be hidden. No one likes him. The Berserker is going to hide 2 times and move to Borderlands 3. He succeeds, and so he is hidden. Does anything appear? Flutter. I think Flutter draws nothing. We've already burned Flutter. And the Pilgrim is going to hide once. This is important. He doesn't. He just hides once. Oops. Dragons are prowling. He's going to search 3 times. The first time, he's going to use sudden insight, and he's going to find the shrine instantly. So the Pilgrim marks the shrine off. And now he's going to loot the shrine. Might as well. I think there's 4 treasures in it, so a 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. So he's going to get the second treasure, which is the 4th card in the deck. Oh, the moldy skeleton. Okay. Immediately reveal and roll for a curse. Put the treasures on top of the searched site pile. Must loot to obtain the treasures. So the treasures are the moldy skeleton. So the jade shield. So these are good. Jade shield, gold, silver breastplate, jade shield, and gold helmet go on top of the shrine. I'm going to move these things all off. Put these on top of the shrine. Now that's going to be super clunky because it's not going to know what the hell's up, right? Because it thinks, oh yeah, there's just a small, yeah. So, well, so be it. But we have to roll for a curse. That ain't cool. Go to my sheet here. Pick up the curse. Five. We get ashes. The mark gold is worthless, right? I mean, that's sort of weirdly okay because we have $2 on us. So now we have. That was our second search. This is our third search. Now, the nice thing about the moldy skeleton, it puts 3 extra things on top of this. So right now, there are 3 extra things on here. We get the second. So that means that we are drawing not the shield, but the breastplate. Now, there's good and bad with that, by the way. Let's go take a look. It's heavy. We're medium. We can wear this, but we can now only use these 2 moves. It's worth 25 gold. Like this is great. This is great, except it's a little bit of a rough haul. Because we essentially can no longer use these 2 moves. Now we can fatigue them. We can wound them. But we can't use them as long as we're carrying it. Carry it? But I think that's it. And so now the thing is, what happened is all these monsters, not these guys, but these dragons come to us. I don't know. I actually don't know if we rolled to hide or not. So let me roll the hide. So there you go. So we are hidden. So that's at least one thing. These guys are on top of us, right? And there's three of them. That's not in any way, shape, or form ideal. Our guys can draw two of them away. We can't kill one. It is not good for us at all. It sucks a little because now we have this opportunity to get all this stuff, and we're not going to be able to take it. Um, so that screwed us a little, and we might be better off getting out of Dodge at this. Hmm. I know the knight can take these guys, at least one of them. Um, the On a roll of 3, 2, or 1, the crossbowman. Yeah, it's definitely not a good scene. We currently cannot kill and high energy, as I like to say. We cannot kill any of them. We don't have our magic god strength. They can kill any of these characters on the board. The prudent thing is just to get out of Dodge. Now we're losing the knight here in 2 days, and we don't have the cat to pay the knight. And I don't think we get back to the chapel in any less than 5 days. Sell this breastplate, which is what I would do. The knight is way better than the breastplate. What we could do is make a desperate sort of rush, hoping to kill one of these dudes, one or more of these, right? Now, again, we can't help. It can take all of them sort of weird, slow, maybe doesn't take any of them method. Because none of them can kill the warhorse. So that is what we are going to do. Since the knight's leaving soon anyway, we are going to, at the very least, we're going to send the knight out. So the knight charges out on his horde. And we're just going to put him and the horse out there like that. And if we hit him, if we intercept him in a 1/3 chance, we kill him. And if we don't, nothing's going to happen. None of these guys can damage that horse. So that is pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expedite this fight. On a 1 or a 2, we're going to kill that flying dragon with heavy damage. On anything else, we're going to miss. Everybody's going to miss or bounce off the horse and the armor and so on. So 1 or 2 kills. Everything else is nothing. A 3. So that's nothing. That's the first round where nothing happened. This is the second round where nothing's going to happen. 2. No. So we line up. We kill the flying dragon. So now we're back to the beginning. We have 2 rounds. We're going to do this again. 1 or a 2. This is round 1 of the 2 rounds of. It's a 5, so nothing happens. So that's round 1. This is round 2 of potentially nothing happening. Remember, we're rolling a 1/3 chance, 1 or 2, and it's a 4. So the combat does end. And like I said, that one was just, well, let's just do what we know is going to happen as opposed to dicing it all out. So we get 5 points for that. Dragon goes to the dead pile. And pretty much the reason we did that was simply the fact that we could. It was sort of a freebie. And we're losing this guy at the end of tomorrow anyway. So maybe we make the shrine, clean the shrine out a little bit. So that's where I'm at. So he fights, he's done. The magician needs to roll against the order. The order is nothing, so they with the patrols, I'm friendly, so that's a little bit dicier. He's gonna take. I don't think he gets attacked, but he does take a challenge. That's -5 notoriety, which he's just gonna score -5. He's good. He's not scoring any of those points anyway. He's out. At the end of the day, his ashes do go away. We're going to take that off. He has marked off the chapel in his pilgrimage. So he's going to score it. And he doesn't get an extra reward because he didn't do 3 of them. But he is good. He's good with that. He's going to turn in big game and Troll Slayer, by the way, and ultimately he's going to end up with a whole new set of cards. So let's write that down. Find a shrine, Snake Charmer, and find a bow. So he is done. We do have another fight. I think we're going to do. I think we're going to do that. Let's draw the Pilgrim's card when he comes. We'll need to fix all the cards. So okay. So the Woods Girl has another one of these wonky combats where we mostly know the answer. Sorry. She starts hitting. So that means that she can play a chit and flip this to its alerted side for free because no one's on her sheet because she is hidden. Then she can play any other thing and she attacks at an regardless of the time on her fight chip. So she's going to auto hit this goblin who is not on her sheet. What I mean by that, they're unaware of her. She's going to auto hit it. It's medium. She does light, medium, heavy damage. So as long as she rolls, she does light, star, star. So light, medium, heavy. If that goes down a level, she still does medium damage. So as long as she rolls a 4 or less on a single 6-sided die, because she is a great archer, 4 or less will kill a goblin. Anything else will not. Every round, she's going to have to roll to not become unhidden. If she becomes unhidden, she should probably run. So that's what we're going to do. So, like I said, we're not going to super dice this on a 1 to 4. She kills this guy. Technically, we have to flip him, so we will do that if we need to. Let's roll 1 to 4. First thing is a 1. 1, done. She kills that guy. That's the sword goblin. That's the boss. That was her goal. She is done. That's round 1. Does she remain hidden? She does not remain hidden. Although I should say, be careful. She gets to roll 1 die because she is in the woods. Not a mountain, not a cave, not the ruins. He does not remain hidden. So, she's going to run because that's crazy talk. Going to play an L2 and run. But playing an L2 run is going to fatigue one of her chits. She'll fatigue this one. I'm sorry, I'm running. Tell you what. Um, she gets a point. She gets 1 point to 10. She gets a victory because she did complete Goblin. Well, I shouldn't say that. Does she complete the Horde if they're still there? It might be that they all have to die, and she gets a point if they all die. Goblin Horde. Once the goblins are cleared. So yeah. So now she's got to run out of there because they are on. And the crappy part is she has to run back to the dragon because she's gotten herself into a little bit of a mess. That is not cool. She's going to run to the dragons and have to run from them again. So, oof, she's put herself in quite the position. So that's where we end the day today, where the Woods Girl is in a bit of a mess now. So, okay. So, is there anything else we want to do end of day? Do we want to cast Remedy day? Sure. Might as well try one more shot. So this is canceled, and this fatigues. So tomorrow you can rest, spell X, and spell. And then you should be able to cast Nudge, because you have your 8, and Transform. Take one more shot at the Transform. See what you get. And it might not even be worth it. Like, that might just be a bad idea. And he is going to turn in his stuff. So let's fix his quest. So he has Find a Bow in Flutter. He has Locate the Shrine. So I'm making a concerted effort to. So, on the good news, I'm drinking less. In theory, I am healthier for it. Bad news, what I find now is if I drink at all, I am now sleepy. So, you figure it out. Is Snake Turn, which is if I go and find snakes, I can go grab the snake. The Woods Girl has replaced her purple sword, her purple source with Dwarven Smith. Dwarven Smith is in the Lost Castle. Oh my gosh, the Dwarven Smith! You got to go all over the place to get him. He's great, but that's a little bit of a haul. Let's see. I don't even have that one written in here. I have it written on the card. So the Dwarven Smith is go to the Lost Castle to find him, and then return to the guardhouse, and you get a nice thing. You get a VP and one weapon. Your weapon can be +1 star, which is what she would take, +1 weight, or -1 time. I mean, that would be awesome for her, but that is an almost that is a very unlikely trek for the Wood Girl to make at this point. And he is in the Lost Castle. So we put the Smith. And she's in trouble anyway, right? Because she's got to run. So she's got to move to the dragons. I mean, she'll execute 2 rests, but that's not going to help her. So she will be unlikely to get those rests off. We got the Pilgrim. This is the Pilgrim's last day with his buddy. There's still 5 goblins in that clearing. His guys can only take 2 goblins. Now he can kill goblins, strangely enough. He cannot very well avoid their blows at this juncture. So what I'm thinking is that for his last day with his guys, he's going to hide. If he indeed succeeds at hiding, he's going to search twice and then move into the goblin. That doesn't sound like a good idea, does it, really, if you think about it? Maybe the Woods Girl gets in on that fight, right? Because she's going to be there. Well, she's not going to be there with the dragon. She's going to be stuck and she gets run. That's interesting. I'm just trying to get, as many whatever points I can, but that's not a great fight for him. He could easily get gutted. Let's just search 3 times. And our guy will be done at the end of the day. So we're gonna hide, we're gonna search. Berserker's turn. Berserker is moving back home. He needs to go to 5 and 5. So he's gonna go 1, 2. And move to Cavern 5. He gets an extra move to Cavern 4. So he is done. And he gets a rest, which we didn't count his extra rest. All one thing. Done. So do we have day 18 for all of the characters? Do. Okay. Good luck, all the characters. 5 spiders and imps. Looks like we got this crew. Barbarian is moving to the cavern and resting. Move, move, move. He's not hidden. Going to rest. That means to take this and put in its place. Done. What pops up? Oh, wait, we need a monster roll, right? We have spiders and imps, so done. Nothing appears. He is good. So that's one. The magician goes. Magician is resting twice. Flipping that. And tonight he'll cast and transform. He does have to deal with bad, unfortunate. She unfortunately just has to go unhidden from here to here. She's blocked by dragons. And then the fourth guy is the pilgrim, who is hiding first. Looks like no one's going to find him. So the pilgrim actually does hide. Pilgrim is going to search 3 times. If you recall, Pilgrim, there's 2 treasures and then 3. So he has 1 to 5. So that is a great draw chance. It's a 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gets the 4th. He gets the 2nd card down. Oops, he drew 2 cards. God. He drew the 2nd card down, which is, in this case, drought of speed. What the drought of speed does is it gives him the number of asterisks he uses represents his speed. Now notice that his card is a H6, or like his attacks work. But his moves apparently are terrible. Now this is a potion; it lasts for a fight. So we're just gonna put that there. That's what he got. So good question. That's his first draw. Second draw is a 3. So he has 1, 2, 3. So strange enough, he gets the top one. This is the Imperial Tabard. You're learning Japanese. F5. My sons are all, in high school, are all taking German. Are you learning it in school or are you learning it on your own? What are you doing to learn Japanese? We have one more search, by the way. So we're going to do the one more search. We get the 2nd. So that's going to be the helmet. On your own. What are you doing to learn Japanese on your own, by the way? Nice. So, well, I mean, I definitely, I admire that. Like, I'm not good with language. I make the excuse that My brain is full of other things, so I'm out. I can't stuff it full of language. I don't know if that's true or not, by the way. So okay, so we got a couple things going on. I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. So the woods girl moved. She was blocked immediately, moving to the dragons, and she drew patter 5, which is going to draw this guy to this space. The pilgrim kid did all his stuff, but then this spider is prowling, so he's going to come onto the space. So that's a little bit of a brouhaha in that space, because we still got 2 or 3 creatures, and we definitely have to work that. So that's really what we have to figure out here in the evening. So we have what? 3 dragons. We have 2 characters, an unhidden. We have an unhidden woods girl. So we'll put stuff here on her at the moment. So how's this all work? Well, everyone can decide to lure their natives to one of these creatures. The woods girl has no one, and normally she'd be hidden, but she is not. So she is sort of stuck. Now, what she is going to do, she can run, but this puts her in an endless loop of, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure she cares for that. I think she's going to put the wood sprite on one of these characters, one of these creatures. So the wood sprite is a time 1. It cannot attack. Attack is nothing. But the wood sprite can dodge with a 1. So any of these will kill her. It really comes down to are any of these fast enough? And the answer is nope, none of them are that fast. So it really, really doesn't matter. So she's going to just draw him over there. The White Knight, not the White Knight, the Pilgrim, the White Knight's buddy, the Pilgrim, it's his last day with the Knight anyway. So he is going to draw. We're going to put this here. He's going to lure with his guy. He's going to lure that guy. And he could shoot with the other guy. And that spider is heavy. So we'd have to roll a 3, 2, or 1. So he's not even gonna. Or actually, a wood girl. I mean, I'm sure there's an inappropriate joke in there. A woods girl. So the woods girl is one of the 16 characters in the game. She is a light archer. Her specialty is sort of using ambush tactics to hide and silently kill light and medium creatures. Well, the druid has magic, and she has super weak magic. But she is closer to what you would consider like a super light archer, right? She's a glass cannon archer. If she gets the drop on you, then yeah, you're doomed. But if she doesn't get the drop on you, then she usually has to run, and she can run from almost everything in the game. The problem now is that the way running works is, so let's look at let me look up here. So you see where she was here, and she ran into this road. When you run, you're in the road between 2 clearings, and you have to go into the other clearing, and you have to go the way you came unless you were there for a day. So she just walked into the goblins, fought the one, got made and then had to run out the way she came because she hadn't spent a whole day there. The problem is there are monsters in the other clearing, and your first move has to be to move into that clearing. And as soon as you move into that space, you are blocked by the monster, so you can't hide, you can't ready your weapon, you're just stuck. So when you have this situation where there's two clearings like this, and you are just, it's possible to get stuck bouncing between in a really bad loop until you get a really advantageous roll where someone else comes in and helps you with the monsters or lures them away. The pilgrim, at least, was in that clearing. And though it's not super, he doesn't have to do anything. It's advantageous for him to clear out the shrine, and he can kill them with his hireling, who is going to be leaving, at the end of the day, as it were, or at the end of today. So will he go full on, right? So yeah, we're gonna have this guy go to this side, and he's gonna lure this dude. Because on this side he can't do anything. On the other side he's slow. Now he's heavy. It sucks. Now the Woods Girl is going to probably, at this point, since no one's on her sheet, so her bow is unreadied. No one's on her sheet. She can ready it, and then she's going to play it down here, is my guess. Or she might be a jerk. She might just play it here. She's going to play it here. She doesn't want her wood sprite to die. So the funny thing is, I'll tell you what, F5, the one thing about this game which is crazy is you might have a combat where 3 characters with a bunch of hired guys comes in and fights 2 or 3 monster groups, other player characters or whatever, right? Like you can have, one of the reasons the rules are so complicated and I'm sort of fudging, I'm just streamlining a little bit because I sort of know what's what, and I don't, and these characters aren't being hostile or whatever. There's a part of the reason is the most complicated part of the game is who attacks whom and what order do you have to play all your stuff in, because it's possible, for instance, in this situation with the pilgrim and the woods in the same phase with a bunch of dragon and a spider, that the pilgrim could go, you know what, I'm going to kill her. You have to sort of be able to know what order everyone has to play to understand sort of what that possibility is, right? So it can be a little nutty in like a cutthroat game. The pilgrim might jump out of hiding and go, yeah, I'm attacking the woods girl. So he puts his chit on her sheet, and she's like, oh, God damn it. And then they have to play chits hidden against each other, and then see what the hell happens. In this case, they're going to double team the monsters and hope. The pilgrim is certainly hoping he kills the spider because he actually has Spider Slayer as a thing. So I think this is where we're at. The pilgrim really doesn't even attack because he, to be honest, can't do, with this light crappy staff, he can't do better than medium damage. The best he can do is up the damage by 1, unless he has his God Strength ready, and he does not. So let's see how this combat goes. So we've got 3 henchmen in the woods girl fighting 3 monsters. So first, this monster is going to reposition. What we don't want it to do is line up here. If it lines up here, it could kill the sprite. So we're hoping not a 1 and not a 4. It gets a 6. So that means it jumps all the way down to the floor. Does it flip? It does not. Fine. So let's see where this guy ends up. And the pilgrim's not attacking, by the way. So we'll just take his shit away. This guy ends up, and we want him to stay here, too. So he actually goes down to here. Does he flip? He does not. So that's going to miss entirely. So he doesn't undercut. No times undercut. His red does not undercut his blue, and his red doesn't undercut his blue. Is really how that goes. Down here. Now what we want is we want him to move. So we don't want a 1 or a 4, ideally. 6. So he goes down here. Does he flip? Oops, hold on. Need 2 dice. He does. Now he goes to the super dangerous side. Because now he can kill anyone in the game with his venom. That's how I always pictured it. I didn't picture the spider to get bigger. So now we count the weapons in order of length. The Woods Girl's weapon, who hits, because her red number, which is an L1, weapon times, if they exist, always override chit times. So L1 hits a move 4. So she hits that guy, and she rolls on the missile table. Now she does L star damage, which means 2 sharpness stars. So that is light, medium, heavy damage. However, 1 level is removed because he is armored, and you can tell by this gray outline. So she only does medium damage. So she has to roll a 2 or a 1 to up her damage back to heavy and kill the flying dragon. She gets to roll 1 die because she is such a good archer. So let's roll a 2 or a 1 right now. Oh, she does 6 and does no damage. The arrow shatters off the armor, and she hits, so her weapon goes unalerted. And she just returns all her crap. Now she's going to re-alert it next time, but that's what happens. Here, he misses, and the dragon misses, and no one undercuts her time, so he is done. Here, the spider's going to miss, but he's going to go first, and he has a heavy attack at a 1 speed, so it's going to hit. And he has to roll 2 dice, because crossbowmen, for some reason, are slightly less accurate, and he needs to roll 3, 2, or 1 because this is a heavy spider, and he does. He rolls a 3, no change. So his damage is heavy versus the heavy spider. The crossbowman scores the first kill for the pilgrim. The pilgrim actually gets this kill. And that's round 1. So round 2. The Woods Girl will ready her weapon with this chit, and she uses it. You only use a chit once, and she will then play here. Oops. Just like before, she's going to play her chit right there. And the Wood Sprite has no attack. He just flits around and dodges. So here, we're going to deploy. This guy will lure the thing to his sheet, and then he'll deploy. So what happens is when you deploy, when you gang tackle 2 natives onto 1 monster, then the monster goes on his sheet, and then each of these guys has to, they have to sort of do their own thing. So they have to roll now like they were monsters because they're on the dragon sheet. When they're on their own sheet, they can play like they are characters, and they don't have to flip. They can play at any side, no flipping. But now, because they're on the denizen sheet, they're on the monster sheet, they have to pretend they're monsters and roll all the dice to flip and that crap. So they can do stupid things, is what it comes down to. That's why I'm just putting them all here, because it barely matters now. They're going to randomly roll anywhere where they go, and they're going to randomly roll to flip. The Wood Sprite is on his own sheet, so he doesn't have to move. Dragon that has. So this is round 2. So where's the dragon go? And we're hoping for him to move, and he does not move. So if the Woods Girl does not kill him this round, he will kill the Wood Sprite. Does he flip? He does not flip. There you go. Down here, let's roll where the dragon goes. Use the normal chart. Dragon goes 5, so he goes down 1. Does he flip? 2 dice. Any 6? Means he flips, and he does not. So where does the crossbowman go? So I use a simple chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for these guys. I got a 3, so he goes to the middle. Fine. Does he flip? Because that stinks. He does flip. Doesn't stink as much with a crossbowman. But it means that he attacks first now all of a sudden. Where does the knight go? Oops. 3. So the knight goes down here. Does the knight flip? He does. So he flips out. Okay. So let's see what everybody does. Up here, the Woods Girl has, now it's round 2. So we ignore the gray numbers, sort of. We go with the time numbers. Bow time is better, supersedes the chip time. The Woods Girl attacks with a time 1, which is faster than a time 4. So she still has a chance to save her sprite. If she rolls a 1 or 2, the sprite is saved. If she rolls anything higher, she rolls a 2. So, before the thing eats the sprite, she shoots it. She does light, medium, heavy damage, -1 because of the armor, so medium damage, +1 because of the missile roll. She does heavy damage. The dragon is killed, and that is her kill. And that's it, and her bow becomes unreadied. And her chits go back to use next round. Here, everyone hits this dragon, but this dragon is first because all the attacks on its sheet, T5 and T6, are slower than H4. He hits the knight. The knight's horse is tremendous. The knight is not tremendous, by the way. That is absolutely a typo. I always put a chit there to make sure I remember. The knight is heavy, but the horse is gigantic. So this dragon hits the horse and can't kill him because the horse is like, "Yep, whatever." So now this guy hits because he intercepts, he lines up, and he kills him with tremendous damage, and that goes to the pilgrim. So the pilgrim scores 2 kills this battle. The Woods Girl scores a single kill this battle. So he gets 3 points plus 10, 13 points because what? He gets 13 points because Spider's worth 3, and this guy, the second kill of the day for him is worth 10 times 2. So it's 5 times 2. So they're in the dead pile. The Woods Girl gets 5 points. She's up to 15. He goes to the dead pile. He scores Spider Slayer. So he actually gets a victory point. And so he gets, if he can take those back to he can get a potion out of that if he takes it to a visitor. I think that's it. So they did survive that pretty well. But at the end of the day, our buddy from the order is actually done. His term of hire is up. He is tired of working for the man, so he's going to stay there and make a camp in that hex. We're like, "Are you sure, buddy? Because it's dangerous here." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I got it. Don't you worry about me. I got it." Pilgrim's like, "Okay, man. Did you want me to walk you back to?" Nope. No, I don't want to go back to town, man. I'm good. So I think that's it for the day. That was super eventful. The magician, though, does need to roll the order, puts him in trouble, but doesn't kill him. They might challenge him, though. So let's take a look. He's no deal. And what does the patrol do? 4. I think that's an insult. Unfriendly. insult. He has -5 points against. He's going to score -5 again. Um, we 'Cause I'm sure he did that twice, right? So we got -5, -5. Like he's not going for that goofy thing. So I think did we get all his chits back that we needed? We did. We did her. I'm just making sure. And again, this is not. I will say, this is not my best example of play right now because I'm fading a bit. Okay. So we do have the magician to cast spells now, and the magician is going to cast nudge and transform. So nudge is a type 8. We have gray magic in the clearing. And what that does is that converts one of his chits. We're going to take that one. And we're taking that one, and we converted it into a nudge. So done. That means he can move a die one step in any direction. Um, I think I screwed this up because I think I rested. I don't think I rested the right chit, so we'll just cast nudge tonight. We're gonna have to cast transform tomorrow. So be it. Thinks a bit, but we are ready to cast transform at least. Yeah, we cast remedy last night, so this chick comes back last night, and we should have rested it tonight. I think we rested one of these. So we rested this. So let's cast transform tonight. Oof. So many mistakes. Oh my god. Shoot me. So he casts transform. So he casts nudge. He's gonna cast transform. We want double ones. Now that's never gonna happen. We want the roll we have right here on the dice. 2-1 would be great. We would nudge that into a 1-1. We get a double 6. So that is frog. We are back to frog. So we went from squirrel, which can run from a lot of things, to frog, which can actually run from a lot less things. So I'm super not jazzed about that. We should have just stuck with squirrel. And we are done for the day. So that was 18. We're on to 19. Uh the berserker is going to try to run through to 3, so he's just running. Dank is bad. We do not want we don't want the serpents to. That'd be a bad scene. But I think we went out. So we're just going to run to 3. We're sort of hoping for the best. Move, 3, extra rest. And we get an extra move. So so where would we go? Are we going to get out of the cave? We don't get out of the cave, do we? We get an extra move and an extra rest. So we could move all the way to 2 and still extra rest. Or we could hide and move to 3. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to play it at least somewhat safe. So this is an extra move. We're going to hide. So there you go. That's our move for the day in the cave. We're gonna get to here. Tomorrow we can get out, so that's good. So the magician, super embarrassed at his turn of block here. Super embarrassed. He has find bow and flutter. He has locate the shrine. I mean, none of those really, to be honest with you. The shrine's up here. He could certainly get there. He has snake charm. Allows him to befriend snakes. But nothing good. Like there's no good outlook for him right now. He is not in a good position. Um I suppose he needs that purple chip back to walk the woods. But where is he going? That's really my question. I think he's going to move to 2. So this is easy. He moves to 2 so that he's not in the death because he has to roll again for both of these his boys here. The order puts him in trouble and doesn't like him again. So that's his other day. So that's what happened is I'd written the other day first. So he's actually at another minute. So he's done there. And the patrol actually decide to kill him. So that's the funny part. And he gets away only because they're using these clunky workhorses right now. And they start on their unflipped sides. So he's going to run on the encounter step and be done. So he's here that day. So he's going to move to 2. And then he's going to rest his purple, spell X and spell to get the purple back. And then he can cast Remedy and Transform at the end of the day. So he is done. Ugh. So annoyed at what I've done to him. 19. So day 19. The Woods Girl. So she's good. She's to hide 3 times, move into the goblins again, and hope for a better result. So she is done. The Pilgrim has scored Spider Slayer. He has access to the shrine. The shrine is only has a couple things left, though. It has 1, 2. So only 2 things left. So we're not talking a lot of treasure to gain right now. Strangely enough, the Pilgrim has Consult Demon. So I do think that it behooves the Pilgrim. Oh, did I write these? So let me do that. So find bow, locate shrine, snake charm. He has Dwarven Smith. He got Enchanter, Spider Slayer, and instead of Sudden Insight, which he used, he got Consult Demon. So he is going to consult a demon, and instead of Black Source, he got Take Cover, which means he can hide at any time. And locate the statue. Sorry about that. Jeez. So note to self, no booze before Magic Row. Okay. Okay. Got it. The Pilgrim's Knight, the crossbowman comes with him. He's sort of a permanent fixture. But the Pilgrim is stuck there, unhired. And so At 1919, what is the pilgrim going to do on day 19? The pilgrim is going to stay here. He's going to hide. He's going to search, search, search again. Because if a demon shows up, he's just going to walk on in and welcome the darn thing. Done. So I think that's it for the day. Let's roll a monster roll. Looks very batty, huh? Oops. Monster rolls bats. The order of play is Magician first. Magician has spent a lot of time resting. He's going to move into 2. He's going to rest this chit, spell X and spell it. Rest twice. He can't cast today. So, oh well. So, but he'll get out of the clearing. But he's there. Done. Who's next? The Woods Girl. Woods Girl's hiding 3 times. She does. She is moving into she's moving to kill those guys. That's her goal. Kill the goblin. Clear them out. The Berserker, he does. Oh, he can Lucky Charm. So he's going to Lucky Charm this. And he moves to there. And he rests. He's sort of back in the saddle. Does anything show up? No, no bats. There's going to be no bats in any of these because none of them drew correctly. So he is done. The Pilgrim hid and stayed here. So he hid. 2 dice. He failed. Again. He's going to search 3 times. The first time, I mean, he's gonna draw a treasure. He needs a 2 or a 1. 4, nope. Keep drawing. Nope. And he is done. And pretty much that's the day. So we are, oh, goblins. So here we go. Here's the fight. These goblins all go there. We're not going to do this super clever. Simple fact of the matter is, the Woods Girl is hiding with her bow. So she's going to be playing this and this every round to ready this and to shoot it at one of these guys. We know if she rolls a 4 or less, she's going to hit and kill him, and then has to roll to see if she remains hidden. So, 4 or less, 3, he is dead. Does she remain hidden? Well, it's 1 die. I'm sorry, it's 1 die. Because she is a Woods Girl in the, in the green clearing, I'll call it. So she is hidden. So same deal. 1 to 4 kill. 2 is dead. Does she remain hidden? Yes. 3rd guy. 1 to 4 is a kill. It is not a kill. Does she remain hidden? Yes. Does he flip? It doesn't really matter in this case. He doesn't. Okay. 1 to 4 is a kill. As long as she's hidden, she can do this. She fails to kill. Does she remain hidden is the important check. She does. And since that happened 2 rounds in a row, she would have to play a move or a fight to fatigue. So she will play that and fatigue this guy. Which is actually not great for her to do, but she will do it. So this is round 1 of nothing happening. 1 to 4 kills. 6 does not kill. Does she remain hidden? She does. This is the 2nd round, so she has to do it again to sort of keep from the combat ending. She doesn't kill him. Does she remain hidden? She does. And she now has to fatigue again. Now she cannot fatigue this L2, so she's going to change up her play to L3s. This is the first round of something not happening. 1 to 4 kills this guy. Does she remain hidden? Yep. First round of something not happening. 3, she kills this guy. Hidden. Yep. 1 to 4 kills this guy. First round. Nope. Does she remain hidden? No. Okay. So she's not hidden. Does this guy flip? That's the other important-ish part. No. So, yeah. No, he does not flip. So her weapon is unalerted. So that's fine. Her weapon's unalerted. He's on her sheet. He's going to the wood sprite lures the character to that sheet, and she is going to ready the weapon, and she will play a move in a fight, and she will fatigue at the end of this round. She will commit to fatiguing at the end of this round, because this will be the second round of something not happening, potentially. Okay, could we stop grabbing these and just grab these? That's great. So now it's on the wood sprite. The wood sprite can't attack, of course. So where does this guy go? He goes 2, so he goes down here. Does he flip? Yes, he does. So he goes to that side. So her attack hits. It's a 1 to 4 to kill, and it does kill him. He has to fatigue. That's the end of the combat. He will fatigue this M4. He is done. He has killed 5 goblins. So that's worth 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That's 15 points. She gets 15. She also can score. So she scored a point for killing the goblin horde. And she gets a 1d6. She gets a random thing because she killed the leader also. So let's roll 1d6 and get her a thing. 4, Goblin Amulet. It disperses a group of goblins and makes one of them become your follower. Discard after use. Goblin Amulet. Zoom in here so we can see and not go blind. 1 use. Disperse. Goblins. 1 becomes follower. Done. There you go. So now she can go through goblins with a little bit of impunity because she can always use the amulet. So that's the fight. She is done now. And also there's a dwarven smith for her in the damn lost castle. So she's definitely gonna find that. So let's get this day 20 here and we'll finish out the week. Yeah, I'm bummed about this magician. We're gonna need to rest if we want to cast Remedy and try this one last time. This transform garbage. One last time. We're gonna need to rest today. That will cast. We'll need to rest tomorrow. So what else do we need to do? So we're here. And goodness, almost anything that flies would be. But yeah, the magician sort of gives me a done vibe. I mean, he scored a few points, but I don't see him scoring again by next week. And he's 15 notoriety in the hole, so I don't see him, even if he gets like a giant transform that just wins the game. He's gotten sixes and a five effectively for those transforms. So I'm not super happy with that. So if he pulls back Remedy, he can cast it. That causes whatchamacallit fatigue. Then he can cast Transform tomorrow. We might as well just rest the lot. So we're gonna rest. So we'll rest three. And I don't even know what we do for the fourth. We really don't have anything to do for the fourth, to be honest. So that's what we're gonna do. And the Woods Girl needs to locate the Lost Castle. So she will hide and then search three times, hopefully to find Smith. Dwarven Smith, I should say. She'll never get the boon from him because there's just no way. The Pilgrim has probably dragged all he can from this place, but he will hide. Well, he will hide one last time and he will search three times. He's hoping for the demon to pop, to be quite honest. And then the Berserker needs to get out of Dodge. The Berserker can move three times. So he can move, and free move. He's going to move, and free move. And I think that takes him to the end. Then he's going to extra rest. And he is done. So we are ready to roll day 20, almost at the end of this week. I do apologize, by the way, how bad this was. We got two, so snakes, serpents, and demons. Well, that's interesting. Woods Girl is first, and she is going to hide and search three times. She gets to do one die. So hide is one die, no sixes. She doesn't. A one or a four finds the lost castle and she does. So she finds the Dwarven Smith. So she's going to score the Smith. Do Wharf, I could spell. She scores another point. And she could take him to the guardhouse for a boon. She's not, but she could. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit, put it on her right there. Done. So she is done with her move. But the demon appears in the shrine. Appears right there. And I believe we get Slither. We got some serpents there. So there you go. Magician doing what he's been doing the whole game, resting a bunch. So he rests, and he rests. He rests again. And I don't even necessarily see any use to doing anything else right now. We're just going to wait for it. The pilgrim hides, I believe. Yep, he hides successfully, so he doesn't get spotted by the demon. Going to search 3 times. So he's going to search 3 times. And he is going to roll a single die on the read runes table, because he does. He's a pretty smart cat. 3. So he learns this spell. Now he can't learn it. So he awakens it. He gets to see it. Now, this isn't actually the spell. Let me put this here. So we get a type 5. What I need to do is pull the type 5s, because we have, we have a bunch of rando homebrew spells or whatever. So, for better or worse. Draw one, and it is broomstick. So broomstick is the type 5. Which, strangely enough, was the one that was in there. So we can put that in instead of that. Oops. Delete that. That's there. About the same size, so I'm going to live with that. And then we get to roll 2 more times. So second time is a 6, so no effect. Come on. Give me a 4. He awakens it, so he sees it. Sucks, but doesn't learn it. It is vision. Immediately discover all paths and passages on this tile. Delete that. We don't need these placeholders anymore. The shrine, we know what's on the shrine. Oops. Oh, geez. Okay, you were there. You were there. You guys, oops. You guys go here. Go here. You go there. Done. Okay. So we just awakened it. We didn't actually learn any of those spells. So that sucked. We were hoping to get the point, frankly. However, a demon appears. And I'm not 100% sure where I accidentally put that guy. You're definitely old manning the controls here. I don't know what the demon is, so we're just going to get another one. And he appears. Poof. There he is. We ready to put him on. Okay, good. So Winged Demon. Right, because he appeared with whatchamacall. So that's it. We're done. Now he moves, he does what he does. Now the snakes move, and that stinks. Because we don't want to deal with them also. There's two, they're not slow. And we need to consult demon requires us to be unhidden. So the snakes being in there is a drag a little bit. So that is the pilgrim's turn. The berserker's turn. He moves, and he rests, and he is done. I think he doesn't need a rest. That's just his extra turn. Does anyone appear at the end? No, no one appears at the end. So I can't kill these snakes. They're still heavy and armored. He can't do it without magic effectively, and he doesn't have any right now. It might be time to get out of dodge. A consult demon gives you a point. Super useful to do, but I don't think he can do it. I think those snakes are a mess, and they will kill him. He doesn't have the big guy. If he has the big guy, he just throws the big guy in, and they duke it out. But it is a day too late for the big guy. 2 days too late. So not super happy with that. So it is the end of the day today in day 20. We can cast Remedy because we have gray magic. So this is broken and this gets fatigued. So on day 21, we have purple magic. So that's cool. If we rest twice, and then hide, and then where are we trying to go? Purple magic, man. Day 21, every space has purple magic in it. So there are 5 colors of magic. There's 8 types and 5 colors. There is white, gray, gold, purple, and black. So F5 Narin asked purple magic, right? And so we'll give him the super quick magic primer, right? So these spells, which I made these cards, but otherwise there are other cards in there are cards, but we have extra spells in the game. So this card here, Lost, it's type 3 and it's gold. Now, the thing is there is an association between 5 of the types. So a type 1 chit turns into white magic, a type 2 chit gray, a type 3 gold, a type 4 purple, a type 5 is black. And then 6, 7, 8, those types of chits they don't convert to any color. So when we talk about flipping one of these, you burn some of your phases to turn a type 4 chit into purple or a type 5 chit into black. To cast a spell, you need 2 things. The numbered chit, so the type 3 chit, and the gold magic to go with it. That gold can come from a chit that you have turned. So in this case, he can turn this chit if he needs to try to cast this spell. Now there's magician's sort of wonky, so don't. But if you had a type 3, what I don't like about this redesign, because this isn't how the original game. The original game had a Roman numeral 1, 2, 3. This makes it hard to figure out that this is a type 3 elven magic. But it is. I just played enough to vaguely memorize the symbol. The deer head is 2. It's gray. The lightning bolt is attack spells are type 4 and purple. The demon horns are 5. Type 5 black. Then 6 is the taxidermy. 7 is the lucky charm flame, and 8 is the, I don't know what that is, the guy muscling. Um, so to cast Remedy, he needs gray magic and a type 8 chit. Now you can get color from your chits, but you can also get color when by enchanting these tiles. And when you enchant a tile, there's magic in every clearing. So he has gray, so it is advantageous for him to enchant this tile so that he can cast a couple of his spells without having to burn 2 of his chits, a color and a ritual chit. So yeah, so there's purple magic in every clearing, so that's good. So at the end of the day, he is going to be capable of casting his transform spell, which is a type 6. That's this guy, so he needs to rest this and have purple, but purple's everywhere today. So he can cast it anywhere. The main question is, where does he go for his last move? The magician, I tried a very risky strategy. It absolutely did not pay off. If it paid off, he'd have a totally different game, but it didn't pay off. That's on me. I should have cut bait a lot earlier, I think. But I did what I did. And that was playing the transform game. Transform is really risky because you really have a very, very low chance. Like I would argue a 25% chance of getting a good transform, and then the rest of them are mediocre or crappy. And usually you use that because the game is slanted toward crappy transforms. I use it for him as an attack. He casts it on the enemy, turns him into like a squirrel or something, and then he and his buddies, if he's hired anybody, kill the damn squirrel, and he gets the points for the original creature while only having to kill something that can't fight back, and that is very effective. Um, Casting it on yourself is super risky, and I said, well, let me try that. Let me do that. See if he can, in the first week, get a good advantageous transform. And what I did is I used this other spell, which can nudge 1 die. So he's casted, it's on this chit. And so if he rolls, let's say he rolls, and he rolls, not that roll. Say he rolls, hold on. Oh, perfect. That would be the perfect roll. Because he would have this roll and go, you know what I want to be? I want to be a dragon. So he could nudge this and turn it to a 1. And now all of a sudden, he turns into the tremendous flying dragon. And it's permanent as long as he has purple magic activated, which he can do. Takes him a day to prepare it. And so he could win most fights like that. But the chance is super low, and he hasn't gotten it. So he has wasted most of his time chasing a magical, rarity effectively. So he's going to rest 2 times, get his chits back into play, these ones. Then he hides, and then he moves. I mean, there's no good reason to move almost anywhere, really. I'm gonna move to Borderlands 2. There you go. Closer to the caves, because maybe the caves have something for him. Who knows? The Woods Girl has 8 points in quest. She is rocking the quests. She is now faced with having to get through this deathy hex. So that ain't cool. That is not cool at all. And she's a little tired. Like she is not unfazed by that battle that she fought. So I think she's gonna hide. 3 times. And then move to the demon, to the shrine. That way she's almost guaranteed to be hidden. goes into the shrine. The next day, she can walk out and into the cave and be done. So that's her move. The pilgrim, uh, since he has to be unhidden, and that is just not a good scene for him in school text. Now he could, using meta knowledge, my knowledge, wait for the woods girl to come in, and maybe she murders a serpent or two, and maybe she doesn't. But I think his goal now is to get out of Dodge, and he is just going to walk to high pass 3 in the dark. He's going to move and move to high pass 3. When you hit a cave, when you go into a cave or come out of a cave, you only get 2 turns instead of 4. Pretty much is how that works. So sometimes you get 4. If you're outdoors the whole day, you get 4 turns. If you're ever going to be in a cave, you only get 2 turns. So caves are really rough because they really slow these adventurers down. The caveat to that's the dwarf, who is slightly better in the caves than everybody else. And the berserk. So the berserker, he definitely wants to go into the caves. There is no doubt about it. I mean, he could score notoriety. He could score lots of things. What he is going to do is, I think he is going to trade once, and then he's going to hire maybe 3 times. Let's look at the rogues. So the rogues have taken a little bit of damage here. They're scattered a bit. He could go 4 times and get this guy, and this guy's a monster. So I think he's going to actually not trade. So belay, or he's going to hire 4 times and hope that he succeeds 4 times and gets to that last guy. And if he gets to that last guy, right, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. It's that last guy. He's got a guy that can go toe to toe with anything in there with him. So that's what he's going to do, and then he's going to spend his last week in these caves. That's his goal. That's day 21. I think that's the last day we've got here right now. And let's we that chit is just the actual normal marker for the monster roll. I just use the die because it's easier to see. What do we get? A 4, giants and trolls. And so on the 7th day, all of these things come back when you roll them. So all these trolls are back in business. Let's get an order, and then we will. Pilgrim is first. So the Pilgrim got out of Dodge and booked it all the way to there. Pretty much. Yep. Nothing appears. Done. Pilgrim is done. Berserker hires 4 times. So let's grab this whole stack of guys. He could technically hire almost all of them. Probably 1 too many, but okay. Yep, he got 1 too many. Let's go and we hire them in order. We are friendly. We have a lot of money. We don't want to spend all our money, but it would be nice to get them cheap. But let's see how 5 price times 4. So this guy costs $1. Does he cost $1? No, I think he cost. I think they cost their notoriety from it, right? Or did they cost their gold value? What do these guys cost? Good question. You'd think I would know this. They cost their gold value. So he costs $4. We're going to take him for 4. Put -4 in there. 6, no deal. All right. That sucks because it means we're not going to get the good guy. Price times 3. So for $6, we can get. Ah, that's the. So for $6, that brings us to 39. So where is everybody? See, that gets me awfully close to people. 27. No. Take the archer. And this is the last roll. Let's check it. No, we're not going to do it. So, okay. So these guys go back. For $10, we hired 2 guys. We'll have them for the end of the game. Done. That's his move. And does anyone appear at the end? Good question. No. Okay. The magician does his painful resting. He spent most of his time resting. You'll see how many rests I use in spell X's. He will hide. He will fail. He will get 6C. So that is troll. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He's had absolute the worst luck in the game. I don't know that he can even run from these guys. He can, thankfully. And then the Woods Girl. Woods Girl. She hides a bunch. Well, 1 die. Sorry. 1. And goes into here. But no trolls. Combats. Well, I mean, my wild guess is so he's going to flee. He has to flee out. So he is done. The Woods Girl is going to take this time, and she's going to play the same ambush game she played before, a little bit more conservative than you think. She does have a move 2 left, so she can flee if she needs to. Ideally, she would kill the serpents in this. She would kill in this order because it'd be 4, 8, and then 24. So 12 and 24 would be 36 points, which would be awesome because it would all of a sudden catapult her into the lead in battle in prowess. Thinking. So she is going to kill the serpent first. If she doesn't think she can do it, she kills the big guy first. So the thing is, these are heavy and armored. So she does light, medium, heavy damage, -1 because they're armored. So she needs +1 level. She rolls a 1 or a 2, and this thing is killed. Rolls a 4, it's not killed. Does she remain hidden in this space? She does. That's round 1 of nothing happening. She's going to. She will play sort of this combo to fatigue this round. 1 or a 2? 4. Nope, no dice. Does she become unhidden? She does become unhidden. So, she has to fatigue. Gonna fatigue a fight. And then she has to get out of dodge. She has to run. So she's gonna play this move L2. She's gonna have to fatigue this again. So she gets out. Not her best, not her best day actually there. And the worst part is it kicks her back because she has to run out of the cliff. So she can't do that much more. She's running out of chits there. That's her fight. The magician ran on his fight. The pilgrim does not have a fight. Neither does the berserker. So we have completed the week. We've completed week 3. It only took me 2.5 hours. So let's go over the scores and let's see where we're at. So magician did score a point. He scored a quest when he did the pilgrimage. He has no prowess, no points. Well, no points for gold, and he does win the spells because he has 2 learned spells. No one else has any, so he has 5 points, and that's where we end up with. The Woods Girl has scored 2 more quests. She scored the Smith and Goblin Horde. So that gives her 8 points in quest. Is she winning prowess? She has 30 points to 47. No, she's not winning, but she's in second place. That's going to give her a point. Is she winning gold? No. Is she in second place at least? She is in second place with gold. She keeps her point there. There's no great treasures and no spells learned. She has scored 10 points. She's 8-1-1 for 10 points. So she is once again sort of taking the lead here a little bit. The Pilgrim. Pilgrim has 3 quest points. He is winning prowess with 47. He is not winning gold. He has a single grade treasure, the Imperial Tabard, which gives him a point. And so he, in that week, has scored 3 points, and he is 6 points up. So 10 to 6 to 5 so far. Let's see how the Berserker is doing. Berserker has 2 quests completed for 2 cards. He is winning gold with 39, winning grade treasure. But he is not second place in prowess anymore because the Woods Girl took that point from him. So what happens is you get a point per quest completed, and then you get 2 points, 1 point, or 0 points for fighting, gold, great treasures, and spells learned. And so the Berserker, while he scored an extra point in cards, lost his point in fighting prowess because the Woods Girl is now in second place with what she's. So I still think so. Once again, she has sort of pulled away a little bit. That's how the first week went. She was winning 6 to like 2 or something. The second week, everyone pulled up close to her, and she got sort of in the mix with everyone. This week, she's pulled out again with her completing 2 more quests and getting an extra prowess point. So, I mean, that's where we are at the end of week 3. I do think it'll be an interesting week 4 for sure. And I will probably complete this game probably tomorrow, just guessing. The Wolf Bounty is over. The Goblin Horde is done. The Lost Scholar, it's not done, but he is on someone, so we will take that card away just to clean up our board here a little bit. And so I think we will be ready to go, ready to finish this up tomorrow. Let me stop the recording.